Hello and welcome to Endzone 2. Yeah, that's right. After the successful Endzone game, we now have Endzone 2. And I'm happy to say that I've got this key for free from the game developer, and I thank you all for that. With that aside, everything that I say, all my opinions here are from my own, and they just asked me to share with them what I found about the game and if I have any thoughts or things like that. But if you came from here from our review, so welcome. I hope you like the game. I hope you like this Let's Play. If you haven't come here from the review, I also have a review video about what I think so far after recording a few of these videos. And if you want to just have a better understanding of the game as a whole, you can take a look at that one instead. The link should be on your screen right now. Without much further ado, and without much further words as well, let's get into a new game. I haven't played this at all. I want to play the tutorial, maybe? Yeah, I want to play the tutorial so we can go through everything and learn the basics of the game, and we will see where it takes us. I think it's just my style. We learn together, we play together, we get to figure out the game, and you can see if there are struggles, if there are things that should be better or not. They are as they are, so we play around all that. I've loved the first game. This game, it's basically after the first game. There we go. We'll have the story.
Nature has reclaimed most of the areas made by humans. Floods have turned the land into a marshy wasteland. High plateaus are the only place new settlements can survive. Those of us who have survived want to create our new home there. Countless dangers await us, but it's time to leave the shelter of our Endzone.
There we go. It's time for us to actually explore.
I'm going to look over your shoulder while you help our settlers set up a new home. By the way, I'm Ella.
Hello, Ella.
At the moment, all of our settlers are in the Pathfinder. That's what we call our bus. We're using it to search for a place where we can create a settlement.
We have the global tutorial and warnings for the entire game. Map are displayed in this area. Information is always available regardless of what you're currently looking at the camera. Select the vehicle by right-clicking on them.
I'm at the wheel.
That's actually left-clicking. So, alright.
Before we explore the wasteland with our Pathfinder, you can check if there's anything else we can take from the Endzone. Then, send it out, and try to find a site for another settlement.
So, we colonize the zone with fertile soil. What is this? So we have some locations. Looting can start by vehicle menu. Is that... We have the ruin in there, so we can actually get some stuff like more food, more scrap. Can we get like everything? Doesn't seem like we can get anything else from there. There are settling the vehicle. If there isn't any water on board, they'll die of thirst. I think we do have some water. We have more water in here. But I think, is there... I just wonder what's the limits. Like, we probably can get more food, plastic, and cloth, but there is none in there. So I think that'll be that, and also what we had in here on this screen. So, alright, we've got that. Now colonize a zone with fertile soil, and these are our settlers. So we basically have to find where to go. That is pretty far away. So let's go.
I'm at the wheel.
over here, I guess. With a right click, we go there.
We have found a new zone. Take a look at it when you get a chance. It might be worth it to build a new settlement on it.
Right? I just feel like the sensibility for moving things around is a little bit too high. Provided the zone has been revealed, the attributes of the active zone currently being viewed are displayed above the map, which should be here or there. Here, actually. It's worth taking a look at this before beginning with settling. The individual pieces of information can be clicked on to use the camera to jump to respective position. So let me pause the game for a little bit. We have wild animals, which are here somewhere, I guess. We have restorable ruins, which is a wind turbine. We have some clay over here, and we have fertile soil around here, which is good. So where I am here. I want to probably go around here because we have fertile zone or fertile. What's it called? Fertile soil in there. Doesn't seem that I can do much other than clicking on this area, I guess. So let's try to go there and see how we get there. Can I just follow the vehicle somehow? Focus? Yeah, there we go. So construction, road, vehicles, professions. Right. Ooh, that was like a weird choice of pathway in there. Going up here, I can see that we can start building around this area, which is quite good. And I guess that's exactly where we're gonna build. This area can be settled, a new settlement alt should be set up with sufficient food and water and some building materials. Alright. Keep shift press to lock. Alright.
We need to find a location for the center of our settlement. Once chosen, the location cannot be changed. Place the settlement center near key resources such as water, trees, and scrap ruins.
Well, we have trees over here. Scrap we have in here. And we have some fertile lands over here. Water though, I have... Well, water is just on this side. I guess I could build over there. We do have a little bit of fertile lands over here as well. We don't have many trees. I'm kind of... Doesn't feel like we need to settle in here. This is a lot of fertile lands, but the only water we have is right in the middle here. So we do have some trees on both sides there. Maybe that's what we do. We kind of go in here and we have fertile over there. Then we have some trees over here that we can start using water over that side. And that is how we kick things off. Let's go.
First off, we have to ensure survival. We need water so that we won't die of thirst. Build a jetty by a body of water and assign enough workers to secure our supply.
Let's go. So in the middle of the bottom edge of the screen, you'll find the most important entry points for the course of gameplay, the construction and road menu. An overview of all vehicles to find them quickly again, and overview of all professions in the settlement currently being viewed. All right. Game speeds is over there. That's good. Some sequences may take a little longer or require full attention. That's why you can speed up or pause the game at any time. Got it? Also pause a little bit because I want to see what happened here. So we do have our Pathfinder in there, which is good. I wonder if we should go out and grab like more stuff straight away. But I think let's focus on getting these all sorted. So this is our settlement in here. Let me take a look if I can change the sensibility of basically everything. Unfortunately not. It's at the minimum already, but at least I turned off the scroll on edge. So let's build. The construction mode for individual buildings can be started by the construction menu. Some production buildings allow an overview of their production chains to be displayed by clicking on the upper arrow. I have no idea where this upper arrow is. Maybe this one? I don't know. By clicking several times on the number in the bottom corner, you can use the camera to focus on all buildings of one type. Alright, so we want the jetty to get some water. And I'm glad that we have a road that can connect us straight into there. Could go a little bit closer, give us a little bit more space there. Do we need to? Probably not. I think this will do. I'm happy with that. And this will take, by the way, we could like rotate the building. We can align with the soil in there. But I think this will work well. And this fertile swamp, ascent, mountain, body of water, you get the gist. So this took some scrap, 21 scrap, 21 wood, and will take 21 seconds. All right, let's see how this goes. We have people in here. You can see them starting to go there and make this all work for us. And then we'll get some water. This is the area of our settlement for now. We can... Oh, we don't have a shortcut for speeds, I think. Yeah, no. Interesting. So we have our jetty. Is this like radioactive? Yes, it seems like it is for some reason. Maybe the soil is radioactive. It's being paused. Works assigned to the building become free. The number of adult works assigned to a building now determines the productivity of the building. And how do I assign people in here? Like this. All right. Assign 3 water carriers.
Make sure there's always enough water available. If the supply runs low, assign more settlers to work at the jetty.
All right. We can see what's the use. So turnover 43.4. We are using 43.4. How good is that? So I guess this works.
Water alone is not enough to survive.
We need food, right?
Eat too. Build a foraging hut near trees and assign workers to it so that they can search for food.
So foraging huts near trees. Good. Foraging huts. So we forage for berries to produce food. Yes, we have some in here by the looks of it. We have some over there as well. Just trying to see where would the best place be for this. Also want to see if I can follow this so we can have like a road coming all the way there. I think here will be all right. And gravel path. These use, what is that? Tools. We don't have tools, but I would do this regardless. Oh, I can assign and then get the tools later. All right. Fair enough. We'll do that later then. Can we gather raw materials? Alright, we need to have some progress over here. We are getting people going on there. While they go there, let's take a look at this building. I always like the amount of detail they put in this game and how good things look. I also like the whole vibe of the game. Like, it's not as grainy as it was in the previous game though, which, you know, it's different. I think going past that radioactive area and having like more place for settlement and not worry too much about that, it's kind of good. So I think that makes sense. So we need 3 forges. How many people do we have? Professions. We have 15 adult settlers. All right.
The foraging hut produces food as long as there are sufficient resources in its vicinity. If a region's resources are ever used up, you can relocate the work area of a foraging hut at any time.
All right. Good to know. So we could actually work radius, and now we have it in here. So I could basically do this over here. So we have even more. All right.
We need building materials to erect new buildings. The woodcutter's hut cuts down trees and produces wood out of them. If you run out of trees at some point, you can also relocate your work area.
Okay, I feel like this needs to go. Doesn't really matter which way it points, but I want these. I love the guidelines that they have in here. I think I could have this in here, so I could bring later this road all the way there. And then we could also change the area for like this. Let's speed things up. Actually, while they do this, let's take a look at this. All the berries. We are gathering 12.1. We need 12.1. Again, seems like we are at the right number there. I love how nice this is, all these flowers. Oh yeah, I forgot that this game has like day and night cycles as well. That's so cool. Now we have the lumberjack place, and we need to assign 2 people.
Your woodcutter's hut is already producing. By the way, a production site can produce faster when it stands near a stockhouse. We don't have any stockhouses yet, but the town center has the same effect.
All right. Do we need a stockhouse somehow, somewhere? I don't think so.
Besides wood, the most important building material is scrap. Build a scrapyard which collects scrap that is lying around or extracts it from old ruins.
There we go. This is kind of like a marvel. I think what we'll do, and we could have these over there, but I'm thinking that I'll give it some space. And this one, as I mentioned, I will move the area a little bit so we gather more of this side rather than that one. And then we move towards that area in there. It's kind of like some of the learnings that I had on the first game, where you kind of maximize resources and clear up areas that you want to build first, so you can get all of those and then start moving around and like just change where you're going. But obviously, the closer, the better. So that is always a good thing.
Done. Now the settlement will be supplied with scrap. Until it runs out, that is. Don't forget
Let's
that
start
you
here.
can move the work area in the scrapyard.
Alright, we got some rewards in
People
there.
are still sleeping beneath the stars. Let's build dwellings and create living space for more inhabitants.
Alright. We can build some houses for them. If we go over here, we can build some tents. Hold on, a tent will give +5 population and 1 baby, is that? And 1 child, yeah. And then give us more health, more confidence. Or this is the amount of people that it houses, doesn't increase population by that same amount, by the way. Just to make that clear. So get 1 in there. I think we'll get, yeah, let's get another 1 here. And then I'll build a couple more on the other side, and then later we'll build a road through there. We need 4, by the way, that's why we are building 4 tents. I don't know why they call it simple shelters in here and then they call it a tent in there. Like these are tents, not shelters, but shelter is this one. I think like the names could be aligned better, not a big deal, but you know where I'm coming from there. All right, we are getting scrap, that is good. And we are building our house, look at that. So if each one give us 5 adults, so we have up to 20 plus 4 kids. And we have 14 settlers, adult settlers now, and 12 living space. Oh, we're still building. All right, that makes sense. I think we have 1 less settler than what we had before. Don't know why or what happened, but you know. This is also telling me that buildings that produce loud noise are located in the vicinity, so they don't like it. Production buildings that pollute the environment are located in the vicinity. And I believe this could be that building that affects that. Yeah, I think so. If you look at this one, still get this. Build damage, confidence bars, view effects. This is, yeah, have depots in the vicinity. All right. So we get some boosts in there. View production, building damage, electricity. Interesting. All right, sounds good. So we've built.
As long as they have enough living
All right,
space,
all the
our
shelters.
settlers will reproduce and have children.
Back at 15, we have 1 child now. Good. We have up to 24 people
Our
capacity.
settlement is thriving. Let's build a recycler to produce plastic. If the scrapyard is located nearby, the recycler will produce faster.
All right, so we can go recycler to produce plastic from scrap. All right, we have scrap, a scrapyard over here, which means that I could kind of settle this right there. Let's take a look at our house in here. All built with these scrap materials that we can find. Nice. So build a recycler, assign people, and achieve an increasing inventory stock plastic, which we are just using at the moment. Oh, did you see the hook in here? That's pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. Look at that. You guys will throw it in there? Yeah, it will. Nice, that's awesome. As I mentioned, attention to detail in this game is just pretty cool. Waiting for master builders. There you go. I like the stages of the building as well. Really cool. Just noticed that I should have put this the other way around, but it's fine. Can I move buildings? I can demolish? Nope, I don't think I can move it. That's okay. Let's assign how many people? 2
Buildings
recyclers.
that process resources work faster when they are located near their source. The recycler requires scrap, so it benefits from being placed near the scrapyard.
Alright, makes sense.
The workshop not only needs scrap, but wood as well. It's best if both resources are produced nearby, but don't worry if you're not able to place it perfectly. The workshop will be able to do its work anyway.
What is the workshop? Just trying to figure out what they're calling the workshop. We have scrapyard, we have a cutting lodge. These produce plastic out of scrap, so we just need plastic. This just needs scrap. This is getting the berries. Food, the workshop, there we go. Produce tools out of scrap and wood. So we could, yeah, this a bit further away from both. Could work on this though. I think for the moment we could keep these around this area, and later on we could add some wood cutter in there, and I think that would be enough for us. Let's look at this. They already built in here. This is day 2. All right. Our master builder is coming. They even have like a chimney. That's awesome. All right, we have that. We can assign 2 more people.
Now we have plastic and tools, things which are needed in some buildings for production. They are also important to be able to build more complex buildings in the first place.
All right. We also have 16 people and 7 children, and a total of 23 out of 24 capacity that we have. So have to keep an eye on that.
The settlement is growing, and soon there won't be enough food and water. Build a fishery to support the foraging hut.
Yep. And how is this? I can see that it's going up and down, and the turnover is exactly what we need. Don't know. Oh, output 112 per minute, so it doesn't show the maximum. It just show how many we are consuming there. All right. Build a fishery. Let's build a fishery. I guess that's in food. Fishery. We can turn that way. If we connect to the roads, that will give us a boost. Also says that we need tools, and we don't have tools at the moment. But this is a pretty good area because it connects straight in there. Let's see, blueprints. If resources are missing when attempting to place a building, it will automatically be placed as a blueprint. As soon as sufficient resources are available, the settlement, the construction work can be started manually. That's what I was trying to do with the roads. Blueprints are also useful for planning a settlement in advance. The blueprint mode can be activated for this purpose. In this mode, buildings are always placed as blueprints and can be erected at a later point in time as desired. And I guess, can we turn that on or off? Yeah, we can turn that on or off in here, but I don't know if like they will always automatically build no matter when you get those resources. We now have some tools in there, and we should have that shortly, actually. I need one fishery and one more water carrier. So let's do that. Does the fishery need water as well? That's not what I want. And it doesn't tell me, it does tell me that I produce food, but doesn't tell me what it actually consumes, if anything. But yeah, I do feel like we have too many water carriers. We can get 112 per minute, and we just need half of that, so not so sure. Anyway, we'll do that. We just need one more tool. Maybe we should actually speed things up a little bit so we can get that. And look at this nice golden hour in here. 5. Oh, now I can press the button and then we'll build it. All right, that makes sense. So I have the control over when that's gonna happen. Have some moonlight there. As you can see, the moon is moving as well. There we go. We have our fishery. We need 2 people in there.
Is more effective than the foraging hut. It constantly uses up tools. For this reason, the fishery produces faster when tools are produced near it.
All right, we can have like everything in the same place, but it needs tool and food. All right, so they actually show this tells me with an arrow this produces food, so it shows. All right, makes sense.
Cloth is produced from
In
fibers
and
and
out.
they have to be grown first. To do this, build a plantation on fertile soil, as that's the only way to create fields.
So, plantation. Where do I find a plantation? Here. Good. So, choose fertile soil to obtain agricultural crops. And we can get these. I don't know if I need to be 100% in the fertile soil or if I could put it in here, for example, or over here. Definitely can place this over here. This would bring me all the way there. I could use a little bit more of that space. Yeah, let's try it over here. No idea how that's gonna play. But it feels like a very good thing to do. Alright, and as we build our plantation, I think this would be where we leave for today, lack of storage. Yeah, we have too much food at the moment. But I think this is a very good start for our little settlement in here. And I still find this game very pleasing, beautiful, and quite nice to play it. It feels like really nice. But this will be the start of the Endzone 2 Let's Play campaign. Let's see how we go in the next episode. For now, thank you very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, or if you have suggestions as well, please let me know. They're always very welcome. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.